They have used that tac visor just a bit too early. They played brilliantly around the EMP. They were hiding away from Neptuno, which meant that they could immediately answer. So they're going to make a far mercy change right now. They still have 3 minutes, plenty of time.
Dude, this is so cool. They're swapping Jasper over to the Pharah, Claire on the Mercy, now that Pharmacy, like you mentioned, coming in.
Now, this is a great new look. I'm really happy we're seeing this. It's a triple DPS Pharah comp that we don't see very often.
Really aggressive EMP from Spain. Neptuno dies immediately, though. I don't know if that was the greatest defensive attack here that they could have gone for.
Yeah,
they didn't get a lot out of that.
They're going to give a lot of ult charge to Claire as a result of that poke, too. So, and Toxicant going down at range, going to be a bit of a problem. That means they don't really have a way to keep this Pharah from continuing to chip them.
True enough. Bromas does take out Tayo.
Bromas has to be really careful. If he gets hit by one body shot rocket with the damage boost up, he is dead.
Yep. It's not good. Spain with some ults to work with, though. Japan, this is an eco push. They just want to build towards those ultimates right now and try not to give much to Spain. That as well. They've got the res now for Claire.
So how long is Japan going to wait? Do they want the nano visor? What are they looking for?
Well, they've got time. You know, still 2 minutes left. But a push right now would be about the last time they could push and then have a lot of ultimates for one final push. They got Bromas. There's the pick. Are they going to go in? EMP used, though, on the Spain side. Sound barrier comes in for Spain as well. Both defensive ultimates, quote-unquote, used. Japan just waiting it out a little bit.
Sleep dart onto the Winston.
AKTM gets very low. They got him. Jasper pops Harry Hook out of the mech. There's the res to bring ATM back up. Nice tempo res comes in for Japan, and now they're on the point. They need to win a fight decisively, though, because they don't have those beefy bodies from, like, D.Va to try to hold.
Sleep dart on again onto the soldier right there, but it's just not enough.
It's been so close so many times.
Yoza's sleep darts have been quite impressive. He has hit a lot of targets in this game so far. But it's just not quite enough, as you say, Doa. Some of the ult usage has not been at exactly the right time, but they're just going to keep switching it up. Here comes the McCree.
KTM on the McCree, I love it. All right, they did at least get the first tick out of that last attack. So they did get some percentage, 58.2 to be precise, on point B. But of course, they'd like to finish that one. Bromas does go down again, courtesy of probably a flashbang from AKTM, I would imagine. Tayo does get taken out, both tracers out of the way now.
Have to be careful about this. A little bit too close there, does force the translocate.
There's the EMP. Japan has to back off.
They're okay with that, though, Doa. Getting the EMP is fine for them. They're still waiting for some of their ultimates to come back up, as long as they don't get too badly staggered at the end.
They're trying not to. Ooh, Winghaven went down, as did Neptuno. AKTM cleaning house, and Japan may just go right back in. They've got the res. Why not? Toxicant gets the kill on AKTM, but as they make it happen, nice shot from Jasper to take down Toxicant. AKTM brought back up once again with the tempo res from Claire. I think maybe they wanted to save that one a little bit longer, though. There's a Deadeye. Ooh, he gets Winghaven.
Yeah, does get Winghaven on the point, and that Harry Hook is going to get desuited at the same time. So a push that's actually looking pretty good here. They're going to knock the soldier off the back of the point.
They need more. AKTM needs that flashbang cooldown back in a hurry, but his teammates are getting the kills. Can they actually make this happen? Nice kill on the Doc, waiting for it again. Winghaven back, but he's so low. There's a barrage. Pulse bomb dodge. Jasper with that crucial kill, and Japan nearly has that second tick. They're getting it. Harry Hook back with the D.Va yet again, and there, like we've seen so many times before, the nano boost onto Dearton's Winston, and Japan pushes forward. They may have it. They do have it. Japan finishes. They did it in overtime, but they finish their attack round.
And they couldn't get back onto the point in time. Doc mistimed that, actually, with the sound barriers, waiting on the side to see if he could stall. It was a foregone, I think, hope at that point that they were going to be able to take it back or to push them off.
Yeah.
But finally it works out, and Toxicant just couldn't get back onto the point. There was a nano-boosted Winston in his way, so the tac visor ineffective from Spain due to the zoning, and Japan takes both points. They have a strong shot now at winning Volskaya.
Seriously, I am just blown away by this. I mean, Japan has shown that awesome aggression in the first couple maps, and now this versatility, swapping over and over to different heroes, just throwing a lot of things at Spain to try to handle, and honestly, I gotta say, playing it all pretty well.
I mean, their ult economy hasn't been the cleanest, right? But they are, again, they are decisive, and they are unpredictable, which is making it very difficult for their opponents to react to everything that they're throwing at them, to showing us more team compositions than any other team that we've seen today.
Dude, like, Japan right now is a Zangief player in Street Fighter that just spins his stick around and keeps trying to throw you, and you try to play a real game of Street Fighter, but he just keeps grabbing you, and then he beats you, and you're so mad. No, I play Zangief with a lot of skill, but what I'm saying is, these guys are like the button mashers that are winning, and you're like, how is this happening? But
I wouldn't go that far, though. I think they've had a lot of like very decisive movements, and we've seen some very good mechanical skill from them, but it is impressive so far with the wins that they've been able to put together, and they are, I think, making a case for themselves to have a 3-0 right here.
I think it's quite possible. All they need to do is prevent Spain from finishing the map.
There we go. Harry Hook's on the Soldier now. Toxican on the Genji, so they're moving to triple DPS. So Spain finally going to be making an adjustment. We'll see what kind of defense Japan does have that mobility. They're mostly playing high ground, though, so if there is a decisive dive onto the Soldier and onto the Ana, they could be in a good situation right here.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
Japan
realized what was going on, and they rotated all the way back over to the other side.
Yeah, so playing this one a bit safer. Now, chasing Toxican away. They get the kill onto him. Doc finds himself in a little bit of a dangerous spot there. They're trying to take the point.
Well, they can't get through that door right now.
No,
there's too much. There's a withering barrage of fire from the opposite side of the point from the Soldier. So they need to readjust. But I like Japan's read. So when they saw that there was going to be a danger of a multi-man dive onto the high ground, dude, it was nice. But Yoz is there with the healing, man.
I'm sorry, that healing shock excited me right there. All right.
Winghaven just went off the map. Actually, he was booped off.
That is not great as Spain continues to try to take this point. Japan, Jasper popped out of the mech right now. That could be big. That could be the opening that Spain is looking for. But again, they could really use Winghaven there. They're getting the kills, though.
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
Harry Hook uncontested on that high ground. So dealing the necessary damage, and now they're going to try and transition this into a quick snowball. He does have that tac visor. Bromas trying to help clean up on some of these kills, and Spain looking much more patient and measured now that they've made some of these substitutions.
I would say so. So still not taking point A quite as fast as Japan did, but still a very respectable time coming out of this one.
Yoz has also swapped over to the Sombra, so they're going to be going for a Sombra defense here on point B. Does mean that the EMP is going to be delayed, so a window of time here for Spain to take it. They have plenty to work with right now.
I mean, it's Sombra, right? Yo's already halfway through to that EMP. Transcendence for Spain now as they really try to snowball this attack. They killed Claire early, so great start for Spain. Toxican trying to get all the kills he can with that ultimate, and here comes Harry Hook now with attack visor. Of course, they have switched him over to that 76, and that may be the trick here. Japan in a lot of trouble at the moment.
I'm really glad we're seeing Spain at least make some adjustments right now, because it has been decisive. They got the ult advantage, able to focus down the targets this time, and it's going to be tricky for Japan to hold on to this. Tac visor on the Japanese side, at least picking up kills.
There's the EMP. Winghaven was caught by that self-destruct as well, and it looks like Japan has finally found a little bit of defensive stability, but man, that was close.
Yeah, Harry Hook gonna back off right now, pelted from the side by the pulse pistols of Tracer.
He's got to worry about Tayo now on that Tracer,
Okay, he's going to escape with his life and ride the very slow elevator up onto the high ground. So Japan holds, but they do only leave themselves one tick of wiggle room with 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, they really got to defend strong now. A kill on the Bromas certainly helps with that. Spain needing to back off a little bit here. In Japan, again, it's all about just building up those ultimates right now. It's all about just the delay that they can bring against Spain. And Spain, you know, again, they've got time for a couple of these economy pushes, and they're almost ready to push in with nearly 6 ultimates.
Yeah, they need to get, they need to get that EMP out. That has to be their #1 goal. Yoz is getting very close to it again. Has it up now. There's
the EMP. All right, Japan immediately drops the sound barrier, and they are getting aggressive, charging out of the door right now after Spain, and they're going to take this attack out to the open area.
If you're Spain, you don't care at all that just happened. In fact, you are extremely happy they used both the EMP and sound barrier. barrier because
True.
you are going to hit back twice as hard in just a second. You have your own sound barrier and Transcendence to protect you on the point and cover for Harry. So great situation right now for the Spanish side.
Yeah. Japan has some useful ultimates that they're getting pretty close to. Jasper does have that self-destruct fairly soon. Yozrad is probably going to have that EMP. There's a kill on Declare. Great start for Harry Hook. Going in with attack visor now. Dodging the reflect. Gets taken down though. AKTM chases, but Spain got to the point unopposed, and they will just win the round with a ton of time in the time bank.
Yeah, that was a very different Spain that we saw previously, and Japan was playing so far forward with the Genji and with the Lucio that there was nobody to go back and double up to the point when they actually went down. So Spain there, decisive, and tons of time left. They have to take one tick on point A with 3 minutes and 52 seconds. They're in a good position.
Well, Japan really have their work cut out for them defensively now. And I'm glad to see, we mentioned earlier, Spain make those changes. Harry Hook on the 76 is much, much better than Harry Hook on the Diva, I think.
Yeah, I think that it may... There are still going to be issues, right? If you can't play a Diva in this meta, it does create problems in terms of protecting your backline a lot with the defensive matrix. So you do leave yourself somewhat vulnerable, and your total health pool goes down pretty significantly when you're only running that single tank. So against teams that have good target selection and can really keep track of your cooldowns on your ults, it can be tough. But right now, Japan doesn't have an answer to it, at least on that first one. We'll see how they fare and if they can possibly full hold here on Volskaya.
Oh, they need to. I mean, Japan had no time when they finished their attack run. Spain with plenty of time, so all they need is that first tick on the control meter and they'll win the map. Here we go, Japan with a lot of tough road ahead.
Yeah, and they are going to actually be playing the same style of defense. This time, though, they've moved up to that opposite side of the map. So they're expecting the triple DPS this time and are going to play defensively in the back right corner. So Bronze is going to find some people when he comes up around.
Toxican on the side, and Spain is doing a really good job right now of separating Japan. They've got everybody spread out right now.
I don't think you can fight on the Soldier and Lucio heals at the same time. Optimistic Winghaven met his doom in the interim, but they wait until that heal station is on cooldown, and that's where they're going to take the kill.
Well, another trade. Toxican for AKTM. Those respawns coming in a little bit quicker for Spain, and
but they're not getting Harry Hook off this high ground right now.
Which is the exact same problem they had last time. They're going to try sending, that didn't work. Dearden tries to go up there on the Winston, and that did not work out at all. And that should be about it. You got time to wave. There we go. And Spain takes their first map of this series. I'd say a much stronger looking Volskaya for Spain than we saw them in the earlier maps.
I'm just glad they changed something because it was looking pretty hopeless before. But with those alterations, Spain does at least take a map in this series. But now we're going to go to Japan's map selection. So another chance for them to take this 3-1 and make a huge statement on this group.
Yep, that's right. Wow, Japan. I mean, what do you say about these guys? I mean, they still made all those changes in their attack run. They looked really good. Couldn't pull it out in the end, but I am really excited to see what escort map we go into.
Yeah, and I like the fact that, sometimes we saw a little bit of overuse of ultimates, and especially with defensive ultimates. So if we see too many of those going out too quickly or layering of support ults, that does leave you more opportunities if you're running a triple DPS composition to pull off an amazing tack visor, to pull off an amazing Dragon Blade, and it looks like Spain moving in that direction.
Well, let's take a look at the play of the game from that last map. There was, again, a ton to choose from these guys, but it ended up being a play with Neptuno, actually. Let's see what he can do on this one.
He can left click and then right click.
That's right. He can put orbs of discord on people. Oh yeah. Get bloodthirsty with the Zenyatta. But fun stuff.
Again, you take a look at that scenario, and that was twice that Japan tried to play a less mobile defensive composition. And the punishment that you have for that is if they can get onto the high ground, you really don't have a way to easily dislodge them. And if you have to jump up, just solo Winston, Orb of Discord, and a Soldier is going to ruin your day.
Sure enough.
So it was pretty deliberate from Spain. Okay, let's go ahead, take control of the high ground. They were flanking and harassing the Soldier on the other side, forcing him out there to give a window for Harry Hook to start spamming the opposite doorway, and that's what you get.
So we are going to Dorado for our final map of this series. Again, this would have been Japan's map choice, as they did lose Volskaya Industries. So what do you think about this? I think if you're Spain going into it, you definitely at least keep Harry Hook on the Soldier.
I think you do too. I'm not sure which way. I mean, we've seen so many looks from Japan right now that sometimes you do see Pharah and Mercy on this map that is less conventional and a little bit more older when it comes to the meta, but still a possibility. We certainly saw the Pharah come out from Taimu earlier today in the same group. So
yeah, I mean, if you're Spain right now, and it looks like we do have Spain on the defense to start things off, you just have no idea what you're about to face, because Japan has shown they are willing to play pretty much anything on attack. I mean, we saw the Pharmacy, we saw the McCree, we saw standard dive, we saw a dive with the Ana. I mean, Japan's showing a lot of looks today.
Yeah, and Spain is going to be looking like they're going to have the same thing as they had last time around. Triple DPS once again. It was decisive, so I think you just have to keep running that until Japan figures out how to play against you. And
well, the problem is that if they do figure out how to play against you in this map, you lose the series.
Yeah, so that's true.
Spain has put themselves in a difficult position, but after that win on Volskaya, at least they've put themselves in a position where they can tie this series.
It was pretty convincing once they swapped. So Japan, though, perhaps AKTM going on that McCree.
Maybe.
You can land that flashbang onto either the Genji or the Tracer.
Yeah.
Can give you the quick pick you need.
You never know.
He's not falling back to change here, so they're going to give it the old college try.
Well, he's hiding behind the doorway, too, like he doesn't want to be seen. So I think we are going to see this McCree played seriously by AKTM. And it looks like he's sneaking down at the bottom. Oh,
okay, they know he's there now.
No more sneaking. Yep.
Yeah, they know he's there.
Waiting
he is
for it.
Just trying to find that initial angle. Is he going to run all?
Come in and possibly win this fight. Yeah, they will. All right.
When your flashbang accidentally hits too many people.
Yeah. You're like, which do I choose? I don't know. Can't kill them fast enough. That payload's still moving. A little bit of stealth pushing going on here, man.
Tayo is just pushing the payload now.
No, Tayo, this is a good opportunity. Get back there.
Tox gets super low. Yeah. He's going to escape onto the high ground and try and get back for some healing, but that actually didn't slow the payload down at all, Doa.
No. That was bizarre, and Japan continues to just crush Spain on this attack round. Huh.
All right, well, AKTM going to take the very long route up to the high ground, try and pop out with a Deadeye to continue their push through B.
Yeah, and that might not be too bad because they know there's no diva on the side of Spain, so this actually could be a really strong ult. Here he comes in, Deadeye right away. Gets gets AKTM.
Got reflected.
Yeah, he did get reflected in the end, though, it looks like. It was worth a shot, right? It was worth a shot.
Oh boy.
Oops.
When high noons go wrong.
So they didn't have the diva, but they had a Genji. It hurts. Hurts bad.
It's great reflect.
Yeah.
Very good timing on that. Just peeking out at the exact opportunity with the reflect.
Yeah. Okay, so a little bit of breathing room for Spain now. Winning that hilarious fight. And Japan back to the drawing board a little bit. AKTM, though, not switching off of that McCree. Just very confident with that pick.
He's still getting very low, however. Chased down wherever he is on the map. Tayu is going for the ultra-long flank here. He wants to hit a game-changing pulse bomb.
He's very, very close to this.
AKTM lived through that.
Ooh, did he get anything? No, not quite. Kind of threw in the middle of everyone, and now he's kind of on his own. He needs to get out of there in a hurry. Some help coming in. No, Winghaven, that's him jumping up on the top. Claire does go down. Transcendence for Japan, but it comes in late. And Japan's starting to look a little bit disjointed on this attack here.
They're going to get punched off the map right now, too. AKTM going to get the health back. Yes, he does.
Wait for it. Yeah! Wow.
The duel one.
The timing, man. He knew exactly when that shield was going down, too. That was very nice.
Okay, well,
and then he,
that actually was much more consequential because he was the last one alive on his team, so him getting staggered at the end of that fight means quite a bit of time will be lost as they collect themselves to make another play. He did actually get his ult back, though, from all the charge from fighting there in the courtyard.
Yeah. Dearton has that Primal Rage again, which we've found is an offensive tool for Japan. Tile coming in. All right, they've got the payload moving, and where is Spain? They've got to come in and try to fight this. Neptuno kind of on his own. There's the self-destruct. High noon. There's a kill on the Harry Hook. That's what he was looking for. Oh, he got the flashbang! AKTM. This guy is insane.
That was such a well-timed flashbang from the McCree. He actually shut down both Dragon Blade and the tactical visor in that move.
Yeah, he did. I'm blown away, man. This is...
I mean, they didn't have a support ultimate either. Spain had every opportunity to go ahead and wipe the team with those ultimates, but AKTM just takes them both out.
This is some of the best McCree I've ever seen. Oh, jeez. Yeah, well, on cue. Thank you. Thank you, AKTM. Proving my point there. Has to back up a little bit.
I mean, he's playing with a lot of foresight on other people's positions.
Very much so, yeah. Jeez. Winghaven forced out yet again. That's going to be a mid-air kill for AKTM. Sound barrier coming in now. Couple kills. Wow, AKTM just trying to hard carry as much as he can. Spain coming back with some kills of their own, though, so Japan may have to back up a little bit here.
I mean, why not just keep him on the McCree if it's going to keep going this way? He's doing his job. He's shutting down everybody, all the DPS characters in the Spanish side.
Doc falls, and Japan keeps pushing forward. A minute 44 left on the clock right now. AKM coming in with another Deadeye. Gonna go up to that high ground, I'm sure. Yeah, they've already got Jasper up there to provide a little bit of cover for him. Die railing.
All right, he's creeping right now, just waiting for that opportunity. When are his teammates going to call him in?
I think he's waiting for the DPS again. Okay, there's a Transcendence. That should be his cue to pop out in Deadeye as soon as it's over with.
Gets Harry Hook.
Got Harry Hook already. Yeah, gotta watch out for that. Winston missed the flashbang, and you can't miss that flashbang. It's a tightrope walk with McCree right now. And he paid for it. So Japan having to back off, and just 1 minute remaining. They do have a good amount of ults coming up, though. Yeah,
they do, and they also removed the Transcendence from Spain. Yeah. So that's not an ultimate, although obviously not very strong against Deadeye Transcendence. And the burst damage still will kill people who are not Zenyatta through it.
True enough.
But at least they will be able to take out the support possibly in that scenario.
Okay. Darton on the payload right now. It is moving. Going up on the high ground, trying to jump in. Looks like they've got a good position here. Yeah, they really do a good job of squeezing the squishy members of Spain. Japan, looks like they might actually have the fight here to push it. They avoid the pulse bomb, and that's big. That payload is moving. Jasper does go down, though. Winghaven follows soon. AKTM use that Deadeye at some point. Sound barrier comes in. Another great flashbang into a kill on the Doc. AKTM rather, looking unstoppable with another kill on Toxic in there. And I cannot believe it. Spain will actually lose this attack round to Japan. Japan finishes with 12 seconds. my new favorite person. He doesn't play support, but I'll forgive him because his McCree is so good. And if you're Spain, you're like, uh-oh. All right, we got to finish Dorado, which is not an easy thing to do for any team.
No, it's not. And Japan here, looks like they will be switching AKTM back over to the Soldier 76.
Probably wise. I will say I don't think Japan's defense has looked anywhere near as strong as their attack in a lot of these cases. So Spain certainly with a chance here to tie this up here on Dorado.
Yes, Toxican going to stick with the Pharah. So the Soldier obviously going to be troublesome for him. Spread defense. It's a dive defense coming here, so watch for the Tracer and the Winston to start cutting people off. Everybody spread across the map. No easy target for Spain to dive onto.
Now, Toxican just trying to dislodge some people from the high ground at the beginning there. See how successful he's going to be. Japan just decides to take the high ground on another building, and Winghaven falls early. Very aggressive defense by Japan.
Yeah, they played it reactively too. So when we see Winghaven dive up onto the top, that's when they reposition to have a 2 versus 1 with the Soldier firing over the gulf between the buildings and get that quick pick off. And Tayo, a little bit close right there.
Very close. Not sure how he lived through that one, but he made it. Yos does go down though, so Japan losing one of their crucial supports. There goes Jasper, so it looks like this payload's gonna move.
It is going to move, and that was Bromas and Toxican getting in very good position. And you get the stagger as well onto the Soldier 76. So, I mean, Spain is going to have another opportunity to attack here, but Japan will be able to get in one more defense before this payload does hit point A. We're not seeing any adaptation just yet.
This is the nice thing about the Pharah pick, is that if you get this early lead on point A, you can really kind of pepper the entryways with rockets and make it hard for the defense to get in there.
It can be challenging, though, because he doesn't have a lot of direct healing, right? There is no mercy right here, pocket healing him or powering him up, but he's still getting the kills.
Yeah, sometimes you just kill the Soldier. There's the nano boost on the Dearden yet again, but Barrage comes in. Claire gets the kill, though, on the Pharah, and Spain should still be able to push this. Japan got a couple kills, but they weren't really able to win the fight decisively.
Harry Hook still doing work as well. They have to pop the Transcendence. They need to pop the tack visor.
That is
to clear everybody out.
That is a lot dedicated to finish this point A.
Yeah, but they are going to get it immediately. They're not stalled out, which was a bit of a danger. AKTM is on the McCree, but can't win a 2 versus 1 battle.
Killed Bromas anyway. Okay, here we go. Spain with a good amount of time here to push through point B.
Yeah, half their ults used there as we look at Harry Hook. I do agree with using the tack visor here because you don't want to give them any opportunity to stall this out longer than is necessary. You do know you have to make it all the way through the map.
Sure enough. Such aim. Very well. Here we go. Harry Hook pushing people back down to the low ground now. And Japan a little bit frazzled, I would say, on the defense, but you know, I feel like this is very common. Japan has had a hard time putting together cohesive defenses. Darren does get a kill on the Toxican, though, which is a pretty nice pickup. But then Yos does fall. So it seems like every time Japan on defense would be about to get an edge, they lose somebody.
Yeah, they do, and they just can't get their healers into the composition.
They can't seem to dislodge Harry Hook from the high ground. You know, this is what What I was wondering about is that once we get to the second phase, Harry Hook starts taking the high ground to Soldier, and Japan doesn't seem to really know how to deal with it.
Well, he cut off the reinforcements, right? Killing Yoz was really crucial there because that meant there were no more heals coming in onto the tanks of Japan, so their ability to hold the point and it could grind it out severely reduced.
Ooh. A lot of ult charge. Harry Hook gets his tac visor up.
He's waiting. He thought there might be a dive coming through, so maybe needed to bail right there. Still just long-range poke.
Wow, he's like, all right, you got no way to really stop this. Oh, maybe you do. It's named AKTM. Never mind. All right, so that tac visor not working out too well. They did force out the sound barrier, though, but Japan cleaning up the outsides of this fight, and it looks like they've got a little bit of stability now.
The problem is Doc also used the sound barrier there, and there was not very many people inside that line of sight, so Harry Hook could have traded, but didn't actually make it work as a team.
Now look at this. Claire actually swaps over to the Mercy, and I wonder if we're going to see a nano-boosted McCree, just because AKTM's been so accurate with that. Well, we'll see.
It's definitely possible. That is a very odd switch, unless they are planning to eventually switch over to the Pharah.
You know, I think what you do here is, even if you lose point B, you end up having the res to make that point C even harder to take. So I see the logic behind this. It's actually pretty cool. They're going to win this fight without really needing to dedicate anything to it. And suddenly Japan looking like they're in a position to really potentially hold on point B.
You can also, with Mercy, reposition easier across the divide in between the two high grounds on either side of the point. So that's something that you can do if you're afraid. And Harry Hook finds Tayo.
He shot the ult right out of him.
Let's pop the bomb right out.
That's what happens sometimes. All right, got to focus at Mercy. And they may have it right here. Spain trying to attack on the high ground. Got to deal with Dearton now. There's the self-destruct. AKTM with the kill onto Bromas as Japan gains himself some time to reposition. Deadeye onto Harry Hook. And Japan looks like they're probably going to be able to clean this one out, but they had to use a lot to do that. The nice thing is that they're probably going to have res for the next fight.
Yeah, it looks like they will. They slowly move up towards it, healing everybody up on that side. Claire gets to about 3/4 of the way to the resurrection. Now, actually even closer. So Japan may only have one ult to work with in this next fight. Spain has a decisive advantage, but if Toxican can't kill that Mercy fast enough, the possibility of a res could turn the tide.
Yeah, so here we see that that Mercy boosted McCree, just kind of like we were expecting. And they do see Spain coming in from the left side there. Here comes the dive. Winghaven coming in kind of early, though. They fire through that shield. That's a cooldown out of the way. Ooh, and he is going in. I don't know, man. There's a Primal Rage. Very lucky he didn't die to that flashbang right before the ult happened. And it looks like Spain, though, able to win the fight on the other side with Harry Hook popping that tac visor, though. Toxican does go down. There's a nice res coming in from Japan. Let's see if they can turn it around now. Harry Hook immediately takes on Tayo with that Helix rocket. And it looks like Spain still might have what it takes to complete point B, but they are running out of time.
I mean, AKTM is dead-eyeing right now, but the rocket takes him out right as he peeks around the corner. Clutch play from Harry Hook.
There goes Dearton as well. So Spain at the very end able to take point B, but they only have 1:30 now to complete Dorado, and that is not a lot of time.
And Japan is also killing them right now. So
that's a problem.
Yeah, Tayo onto Neptuno.